Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to take a deep dive into the defense power analysis of Saudi Arabia and Israel, two of the most strategically significant nations in the Middle East. Both countries possess strong militaries, but their strengths and strategies differ in ways that reflect their history, geography, alliances, and long-term objectives. To understand the balance of power between them, we need to look at their military capabilities, defense industries, strategies, and the geopolitical context that drives their policies. Saudi Arabia has one of the largest defense budgets in the world. Fueled by its vast oil revenues, it spends tens of billions of dollars annually to purchase advanced weaponry, primarily from the United States, the United Kingdom, and increasingly from European and Asian suppliers. Its air force is equipped with modern fighter jets such as the F-15 variants, Eurofighter Typhoons, and Tornado aircraft. These jets provide Saudi Arabia with a strong ability to project power across the Gulf and defend its borders. However, the effectiveness of these platforms depends heavily on foreign training, logistics, and maintenance support, as Saudi Arabia's defense industry remains underdeveloped compared to Israel. Israel, by contrast, has built one of the most sophisticated indigenous defense industries in the world. Despite being a much smaller country in terms of size and population, Israel consistently ranks among the top global arms exporters. Its companies develop cutting-edge drones, precision-guided munitions, missile defense systems like Iron Dome and David's Sling, and advanced cyber capabilities. Israel's defense strategy has always been shaped by the reality of being surrounded by potential adversaries, which forced it to rely on technological superiority, innovation, and rapid mobilization. When comparing ground forces, Saudi Arabia maintains a larger army numerically, with hundreds of thousands of active duty soldiers and additional reserves. Its land forces include modern tanks such as the M1A2 Abrams, armored personnel carriers, artillery, and missile systems. However, Saudi Arabia's armed forces face challenges in training, command structure, and operational effectiveness. They have shown difficulty in sustained operations, as demonstrated in the Yemen conflict, where despite superior equipment, their forces struggled against less equipped but highly motivated opponents. Israel, on the other hand, fields a smaller but much more battle-hardened ground force. The Israel Defense Forces IDF are built around compulsory military service, which ensures a large pool of trained reserves ready for rapid mobilization. Israeli tanks like the Merkava series are considered among the most advanced in the world, designed with a unique focus on crew protection and combat adaptability. Israeli ground forces have decades of experience in both conventional and unconventional warfare, from large-scale conflicts to counter-insurgency operations. Air power is a domain where both nations invest heavily. Saudi Arabia's fleet is larger in number, with advanced fighters, bombers, and surveillance aircraft. But Israel has a qualitative edge. The Israeli Air Force is regarded as one of the best, trained and most experienced in the world. It operates F-15s, F-16s, and, crucially, the F-35 stealth fighter, giving Israel a decisive advantage in terms of technology and operational experience. The Israeli Air Force has conducted long-range precision strikes deep into hostile territory, demonstrating an ability to operate with remarkable efficiency and coordination. Naval power is less emphasized in both countries compared to air and land forces, but each maintains capabilities suited to their needs. Saudi Arabia has invested in modern frigates, corvettes, and patrol boats to protect its coastline and oil infrastructure along the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea. Israel, while having a smaller navy, focuses on strategic missions such as protecting offshore gas fields and maintaining a second-strike nuclear capability through its fleet of Dolphin-class submarines. These submarines, supplied by Germany, are believed to be capable of launching nuclear-armed cruise missiles, providing Israel with a powerful deterrent. Missile defense is one of the most important areas of comparison. Israel leads the world in layered missile defense systems. The Iron Dome has proven effective in intercepting short-range rockets, while David's sling and arrow systems provide protection against longer-range ballistic threats. These systems give Israel a unique shield against regional adversaries like Hezbollah and Iran, and no other country has tested and operationalized such systems with comparable success. Saudi Arabia, while heavily investing in missile defense, relies primarily on American-made Patriot systems and THAAD batteries. These have been deployed to intercept ballistic missile and drone attacks from Yemen's Houthi rebels, with mixed effectiveness. In terms of defense spending, Saudi Arabia outpaces Israel by a wide margin. It consistently ranks among the top 5 defense spenders globally, sometimes surpassing $70 billion annually. Israel spends far less in absolute terms, but given its smaller economy and population, its defense spending represents a significant share of its GDP. More importantly, Israel extracts far greater value from its spending through a combination of domestic defense production, innovation, and efficiency. Another critical factor is the role of alliances. Saudi Arabia's defense posture is heavily tied to its relationship with the United States and other Western suppliers. Its military strength is largely dependent on continued support, training, spare parts, and upgrades from foreign partners. Without these external inputs, Saudi Arabia would struggle to sustain high-level operations. Israel, while also benefiting immensely from U.S. support and aid, has developed far greater self-reliance. Its domestic arms industry not only equips the IDF, but also brings in revenue from exports to countries worldwide. This self-sufficiency ensures that Israel's military remains resilient even if external conditions shift. Cyber warfare and intelligence are domains where Israel has a clear advantage. Israel is considered one of the top cyber powers globally, with advanced offensive and defensive capabilities. Its intelligence services, such as Mossad and Unit 8200, have a reputation for effectiveness and innovation. Saudi Arabia has been working to improve its cyber defenses, especially in the face of attacks on its oil infrastructure, but it still lags far behind Israel in both capability and reputation. When analyzing nuclear capabilities, Israel maintains a policy of deliberate ambiguity. It neither confirms nor denies having nuclear weapons, but it is widely believed to possess a significant arsenal. This gives Israel a strategic deterrent unmatched by Saudi Arabia. Riyadh, while not possessing nuclear weapons, has signaled its intention to develop them if necessary, especially if Iran continues its nuclear program. For now, Saudi Arabia relies on its alliances and conventional forces for deterrence, but the possibility of future nuclear development remains a critical element of its strategic thinking. Looking at recent military engagements offers further insight into effectiveness. Saudi Arabia's intervention in Yemen has highlighted both strengths and weaknesses. Its air force has conducted sustained bombing campaigns, but the war has also revealed vulnerabilities to asymmetric threats, such as drones and missiles targeting Saudi infrastructure. Israel, meanwhile, has repeatedly demonstrated its ability to carry out precision operations, whether against Hamas in Gaza, Hezbollah in Lebanon, or suspected Iranian targets in Syria. These operations showcase Israel's ability to combine intelligence, technology, and military force in highly coordinated ways. Saudi Arabia's large size and strategic geography make defense a challenge. It must secure vast desert borders, critical oil installations, and key maritime choke points like the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandeb. Israel, by contrast, faces a much smaller geographic space, but one surrounded by potential threats. This has led Israel to prioritize quick mobilization, rapid response, and maintaining superiority in every domain to offset its lack of strategic depth. In terms of manpower, Saudi Arabia has a large pool of soldiers, but much of the force depends on foreign training and lacks combat experience. Israel, although smaller, has universal conscription, which ensures that most of its population receives military training. This creates a society deeply integrated with defense and a large, skilled reserve force. In a high-intensity conflict, Israel can mobilize a significant portion of its population in a matter of days. The defense power of these two nations also has global implications. Saudi Arabia serves as a pillar of stability for Western energy security and a counterweight to Iran in the Gulf. Israel functions as a technological powerhouse and a reliable U.S. ally in the region. Their respective strengths complement different aspects of the regional balance of power, and increasingly, their interests have aligned. In recent years, quiet cooperation between Saudi Arabia and Israel has grown, particularly in intelligence sharing and countering Iran. Ultimately, when comparing Saudi Arabia and Israel in terms of defense power, the contrast is striking. Saudi Arabia wields immense financial resources and a large military with advanced imported hardware, but it faces challenges in efficiency, self-reliance, and combat effectiveness. Israel, despite its smaller size and budget, achieves remarkable results through technology, training, innovation, and experience. This comparison highlights an important reality about military power. It is not just about numbers or money spent, but about how effectively resources are used, how prepared forces are for real combat, and how adaptable a military can be in rapidly changing situations. Saudi Arabia represents wealth and potential, while Israel represents efficiency and proven capability. Together, they form two pillars of regional security, each with unique strengths and vulnerabilities. As we look ahead, both nations will continue to adapt. Saudi Arabia is investing in developing its domestic defense industry as part of its Vision 2030 plan, aiming to reduce dependence on foreign suppliers. Israel will continue to innovate and refine its defense strategies, maintaining its edge through technology and operational experience. The strategic partnership and possible cooperation between these two powers may reshape the security dynamics of the Middle East in the coming decades. Their futures will be influenced not just by their own choices, but by the actions of other key players such as Iran, the United States, and global powers with interests in the region. What is certain is that the defense power of Saudi Arabia and Israel will remain central to the stability or instability of the Middle East.